In May 1969, John Lennon and Yoko Ono took to a bed in a Montreal hotel to promote the message of peace. Jerry Dieter was the only photojournalist to document the entire event. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're finally getting a look at the photos from this iconic moment in rock history.
At the time, we were laughed at and put down in a major way by the whole world. Now, all of us are standing at the threshold of a great new era. It's not in our hands yet, but we know we will make it happen. Let's make the best of it and have fun. I think John would have been very pleased, too.
So first, can you tell us about the book, Give Peace a Chance?
The book is aiming to do two things, and one is to establish Jerry Dieter as one of the great 60s photographers, which he was, and the second is to support Yoko's work and to rekindle the concept of Give Peace a Chance.
Would you be able to paint us a picture of what the bed-in was like?
The bed-in was an inspiration that John and Yoko had. They did a dry run of it in Amsterdam following their marriage, and if you look at the pictures from Amsterdam, they look kind of stiff, and they're sort of, sitting around like that. But by the time the next couple of months had passed, they wanted to do it in the United States, but weren't allowed to because Lennon had a marijuana possession charge against him, and the government at the time made sure that it was very, very difficult for them to get anywhere near the States. So they went to the Bahamas for one night, and it was so hot, they said, forget it. They then went from the Bahamas to Toronto, stayed overnight there, and then came to Montreal, checked in very late on the evening of May the 26th, and went into room 1742.
And who attended the bed-in?
Well, people like you, if you were back there, 40 years ago, you'd have been saying, my God, I've got to be there, So there were young people, older people, people who snuck in, people who tried to use the occasion to sell their own ideas to John, and he would stop them right away.
Now, these photos were taken of, obviously, an iconic event in history. Why is it just now that we're seeing them?
They never ran in Life magazine. Jerry was assigned by Life. He was only supposed to go there for a couple of hours, but once he got there, he realized this was an astonishing experience. When he sent the negatives and slides to Life magazine, they were returned immediately. Sorry, not going to use them. There's more important things to talk about. And he had this big transformation from being essentially a high-flying fashion photographer, dating the supermodels. His life was forever changed, and he hid the photographs away in his boat for 35 years. He did a small exhibition in 2004, and in 2005 he died. But the amazing thing about these photographs is that if they had run back in 1969, those negatives would now be buried in a basement somewhere, purchased by some corporate entity in some huge amalgamation, and, they would be lost.
What is the significance and what is different about Dieter's photos than other photos we may have seen of the event?
First of all, he was there the entire time. It's a photojournalistic document. Secondly, he set about to show the love between them, and I was very fortunate that Yoko saw the basic collection. The people who took it down to her from the Montreal Museum of Fine Art. I have to thank Natalie Bondil for doing that. She reported back to me that Yoko became very misty-eyed and said, "Oh, you can see the love in the pictures." John and Yoko say, we were two artists with two big egos, but we were able to put that aside, and we were able to use our love to do something big, something greater than the sum of our parts.